Today, I want to introduce you to a hidden gem in Arizona, Coolidge, Arizona. This is such an incredible community, and we are actually going to talk with the mayor of Coolidge and learn all about the history and the future of the town and some incredible real estate opportunities, so you won't want to miss this episode. Sophia, it's so fun to be with you today. New builds hold such a special place in my heart because I actually started my career selling new homes. We used to work together, 10 years ago, and we're here visiting your newest community here in Coolidge. So this video really is all about this hidden gem called Coolidge. I think a lot of people don't really even know the opportunities out here. So excited to share that with everyone. So for the viewers, tell us about your neighborhood here that you're selling in.
So we are in Heartland Ranch. This is a DR Horton community here in Coolidge. We're just a few minutes from town. We're really close in proximity to schools, as well as convenience for those commuting into town or into the city. One of the things I really like about where we're located is we're just 25 to 30 minutes from South Gilbert and Chandler area, and about the same into Santan and Queen Creek. So it really gives you a variety of, as far as being in a good location for access, but also gives you a great small town feel.
Yeah, and this community, one thing I love about it is it's actually one of the best values in all of Coolidge if somebody is looking to build a brand new home. Tell us about what you guys have here for potential home buyers.
Yeah, I agree with you, Shannon. I do think we're the best value in Coolidge. We offer space that's from 1,300 to 2,300 square feet. We include a lot of options into our final sales price. So we take out the guesswork when you're purchasing or building a new home. What you're seeing is really what you're getting into your home. So there's no question about what's going to be in that for you. Our lot sizes are quite sizable. So you might see like a double gate that's going to be included in that home, as well as a deeper space in that backyard.
This is a well-established community here. You even have your own elementary school, and there are already hundreds of homes here. So tell us, how many homes have you built and what's expected for this neighborhood?
We have already helped 366 families call Coolidge home. We're expecting about 534 more lots to be under construction here soon. 80's under construction now, but we have definitely more opportunities coming to Coolidge, and I would say, as America's Builder, we're invested in Coolidge, and we would definitely ask anyone else to come invest with us.
Well, I love that because that means there is still opportunity. You guys are still growing. If you come out today, you could potentially buy a home today. And another thing I love about DR Horton and what you guys do here is the earnest deposit is relatively low. So it may be easier than a buyer thinks to come in and buy a brand new home today.
Absolutely.
And you also have a lot of opportunities for first-time buyers or somebody just looking for a great value. What can a first-time buyer find here?
This is a great community for a first-time buyer. One, you'll find that we have fairly low earnest money. So it doesn't take a lot to get into, start the process of buying a new home. We also have great benefits with our in-house lender. So if someone's electing to finance with us, you're gonna see interest rate buy downs that could save $200 to $300 a month. You're gonna see money being paid towards their closing costs, and you might even see additional incentives for those who are veterans or giving back into our neighborhoods, nurses, teachers, that sort of thing.
Wow, well, it sounds like you really have something for everyone here. And we were talking before the video that Coolidge actually was named even one of the best places to retire. So even if a snowbird or somebody just wants a nice, well-built, beautiful home, come check out this community. Like we said, there's no better value in Coolidge right now than this neighborhood here.
Great.
So something I get asked a lot, and I think it can be confusing if somebody wants to buy a brand new home, is where does their realtor come into play? So you work for the builder, you represent the builder, the seller, and a buyer can actually have their realtor represent them a lot of times at no cost. But the most important thing is bringing their realtor on the first visit and having a realtor and you in the sales office and the lender, you're getting a whole team on your side to help walk you through the process and get you to closing day. And what I love about DR Horton is you guys are so great with the real estate community, and we truly are a team working together. So what would you like to add with that?
I just really want to say that we really appreciate our realtor community And we really look forward to the continued success, both with yourself and helping your clients and having that shared partnership together.
Yeah, so really the key thing there, anybody looking to come out here, check out your models, you just have to be with your realtor on your first visit, and realtors would love to meet you here.
Yes.
So if you're watching, you want to check out this great value here in Coolidge, reach out to us and we can bring you in here to meet with Sophia.
Sounds great.
Well, thank you so much for having us out here at your beautiful model homes. What last words do you have? What other opportunities do you have for a potential buyer here?
Well, I think we've got some great opportunities out here. And as you know, with interest rates rising today, we have some really good opportunities in which the builder is actually buying down the interest rate for the buyer at no cost to them. So this is helping them potentially save $200 to $300 a month on their payment. In addition to that, we really like to extend our support to those, we call it a Main Street Stars program. And so all of those really giving back to the community, whether they be a veteran, a nurse, a teacher, anyone contributing from that standpoint. And then we also have our special price homes. So at any time, you could always find a home that might be a little bit more attractive to help you get into that home ownership. In addition, you might find we offer concessions with our lender if someone likes to finance with DHI Mortgage.
It is such an honor to be here with the Mayor of Coolidge. I just love this town, the small town feel, and I'd love to hear more about the history of Coolidge. You've lived here for over 40 years, the things that you love about the town. And then I'd love to get into the future of Coolidge, where you see this town in the next few years. So tell us first, what are some of your favorite things about living here in Coolidge, Arizona?
Well, there's a lot of good things about living in Coolidge, Arizona. The location's excellent. The people are great people. We have, unlike a lot of our surrounding communities, we have a lot of people, a lot of families that have been here for generations. And so there's quite a history here of families and traditions in this town that you won't find in other communities that grew up, and they're mainly of people from other places. So we have a mixture of both here, and I think that complements us very well.
And how many people live in Coolidge?
Well, according to the website I looked at, 13,128, but I think we've probably got well over 15,000 at this time.
All right, so there's over 15,000 people living in Coolidge. It's still very much a small town with a lot of history, and I just see so much potential here too. It's no surprise that so many great builders are coming here to build homes, and people are moving to Coolidge for the value, for the small town feel. What are some things that Coolidge is known for?
Well, initially we were known for cotton. In 1924, when they started the Coolidge Dam upstream a ways, they finished it in, I think, 1928. And once they got that going, they started farming down here. And we've been primarily a farming community for many, many years. And we still are. I mean, we still have a lot of agriculture going on here. Even though the water shortage and the drought have put a dent in us, our farmers are figuring out ways to do things with drip irrigation and other methods that they're still squeezing every drop out of the water they can get out of it to farm. And so farming, agriculture is still a big part of our economy here.
So there's a lot going on here in Coolidge. You've actually had some businesses come to town. Tell us more about that. What's new and happening here?
Well, years ago, we approved the mayor and council approved the inland port, which is over 12,000 acres of business complex, a compound that is being built. And so when we did that opened the door for a lot more business opportunities. And Nikola, the electric vehicle semi-truck manufacturer, came and they built a plant down there. It took them about a year and a half from the time we broke ground to now, which they have 700 employees there, and they're producing the electric semis out of there, which in another year or two, there'll be electric and hydrogen semis coming out of there. So that's one of our new companies, if you will, and within 5 years, they'll have 2,000 employees.
Wow, so there's actually a lot of growth and job opportunity here in Coolidge. Are there any other businesses that have recently come here, or what do you see for the future?
Well, that's the largest one. We've added some businesses downtown. We've made a concentrated effort to bring our downtown back. There's different things coming into town now that the downtown's filled up. If you drive down there now during the day, you'll actually see a lot of cars everywhere you go. It wasn't that way. We have a bakery down there. We have a Greek bakery that actually one of our farmers, Noah Hiscox, and his farm grows the wheat. It's a special blend of wheat that the Greek bakery uses to make their bread.
Wow.
That goes to certain resorts in the valley. So everything's tying together. So the downtown space is filling up quickly, actually.
It looks beautiful downtown and completely different than it did a few years ago. So you guys have done such a great job with the town. And where do you see Coolidge in 5-10 years?
Oh, in 5 or 10 years, I expect that we'll have, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a couple more pretty good-sized companies come into the inland port, and that will increase, more jobs here, more people staying local, not driving to the valley to work, and I think that's going to help us out. The fact that we have probably the least expensive real estate in the central Arizona. If you try to buy a single-family home in Coolidge, you're going to pay a lot less for the same product that you would pay in the surrounding communities. So that's something that we have working in our favor. At the shopping malls outside of Marana, in probably a half hour to 40 minutes, and it's the same thing going the other direction towards Phoenix on Chandler Boulevard.
And another thing a lot of people don't know about Coolidge is you actually have an airport here. Can you tell us more about that?
Certainly can. We have an airport east of town, but it's in the city limits. We annexed it into the city limits. And it can take up to the second largest plane that is out there.
Wow.
We've done a lot with it now, and we've added some businesses out there. E-Cube is out there doing rehab, or otherwise the big planes that they get in there, they'll either cut them up and take them away, or they'll rehab them and put them back in the air. I think we have a contract with Boeing for, we entered into it about 2 meetings ago. So there's things going on at our airport. But the most famous thing is we still have a hangar from out there from World War II.
Wow.
And that's a pretty popular hangar. People like to take, but they make commercials out there at the hangar.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Yeah, and we have our fly-ins the first Saturday of every month, where people fly in from all over, and you can go out and look at the airplanes, because you get out on the runways and they park their airplanes there, and you can have breakfast there and take a look at the airplanes.
That is so cool.
But
nice.
the airport's, it brings a lot of people. The people that know about it show up.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know that. I love it. That's so cool.
So I'd invite everybody to come out to the fly-ins.
Yes.
They're on the first Saturday of every month.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I mean, Coolidge is such a hidden gem here. I think a lot of people just don't really have Coolidge on their radar yet, because it's more of a quiet, small town, which I know a part of, you guys probably want to keep it like that, where it doesn't get too crazy busy, but it is so centrally located. If somebody does work in Tucson and Phoenix, you are right here in the middle here in Coolidge. And like you said, one of the lowest and probably the best real estate value out there for a brand new single family home. So lots of opportunity. So if somebody's watching and they're thinking of maybe moving to Coolidge or investing in a home here in Coolidge, do you think it's a good idea for them?
Well, absolutely. If value is what you're looking for on a property, you can add more amenities and get the property here with more amenities. Then you can just get a basic single family home somewhere else, pay a lot more money or the same amount of money, and get a lot less amenities on that property. So you're better off here. One of the things I didn't mention was We also, one of the very few communities that I know of, have a national monument in our city limits.
Yeah, tell us more about that.
We have the Casa Grande ruins right here in Coolidge, Arizona. They're not in Casa Grande, they're in Coolidge. And they've been around for a long time, but the monument's here, and we get about 80,000 visitors a year that come through and take a look at that monument.
It's beautiful. So, I mean, if somebody's watching and they want to maybe take a day trip out to Coolidge, have never been here, want to explore, sounds like you can go downtown, check out the bakery. There's several great restaurant options. Go to the ruins, check that out, and just drive around. It's so beautiful here. I was actually filming video as I got here, like the cotton fields and the mountain views. It's so quiet here and peaceful and out of the hustle and bustle of the busy cities, but yet you are not far away. You can get to Chandler in less than 30 minutes. You can get to downtown in less than an hour. So the fact that Coolidge is off a lot of people's radar is just so fascinating to me because it really is a hidden gem. We're so excited to be able to share Coolidge with hopefully people that just never really knew much about this town. So thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, that's one of the advantages of living in Coolidge. You can be in the middle of town and live here, and within 5 minutes you can be out in the desert or up headed towards the mountains, and there's nobody around. You don't have to drive like you do in some spots in the valley, for an hour to get out in the desert or the mountains. So that's one of the things that we take pride in here is we can still go out and be in the dirt, if you will, in no time at all. But it's a town with a lot of tradition, a lot of established families, but we do have a lot of new citizens, and it's a very welcoming community. New people come in, they absorb right into the community, and we move right along. So we appreciate having them.
Yeah, I mean, it is such a friendly town. I bet you can see the stars at night. And This is the kind of living a lot of people are looking for, where you're just away from that busy city life. And there's so much opportunity here in Coolidge, from building a new home to an existing home, or even finding some property with land. So we're so excited to be here in Coolidge. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. We hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Coolidge, Arizona. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Shannon_Gillette. We'd love to hear your comments. Like, subscribe to this video, and we'll see you next time.